Um, Hello everyone. How are you all doing? Usually I'm very cautious of how I narrate things that have to do with feelings and emotions, or when it have to do with kids. Very sensitive to others' pain. Usually I don't use uh this kind of topic, this kind of write-up. But for a while now, this thing has been bothering me, and because of the woman involved, and the respect for the late child, I've decided to just keep mute, and I was just processing my anger, behind the closed door, trying to understand what is really going on, what went wrong with YUL-EDOCHIE, and what really went wrong with him as a human. So sorry guys if this my topic is a little bit harsh. It's harsh because I realized the main person who is involved, the father of the child, really don't care, and ever since he lost the dismiss of the child, he has been out there showing all kind of madness, things that are not supposed to be done by any human to another fellow. So, in as much as you yourself you don't care, we care. I won't say because you don't care we should not care as well, but we care because we are not like you. So guys, welcome on board. I just need to say one or two things. Maybe you guys are not looking at things from this angle. Maybe May herself is not looking at things from that particular angle. So today I'm going to hear my opinion, my voice. Number one, you and his wife, to us, the general public, they portray their marriage to be perfect, and they are blessed. They were blessed with beautiful 4 kids. That some of them are even teenagers, and all of a sudden, Judy, this lady out there on this my screen, she came from nowhere, and everything just went upside down. I try not to be biased. I try not to look at things from that angle, I tried to look at it in this way. Could it be that your May marriage has been, ended before these old things surfaced to the general public, or what? Nevertheless, let's say I just want to think about what's it called? May offense, because now Judy is ready to talk. And the way she's talking, an intelligent person can see the bitterness in her. She's just feeling insecure. She's guilty conscience is all over her. Because there is no way you do something of this nature that you not know that what you're doing is wrong. Let let's just look at it from this angle. Let us look at it from this angle. Let us say, your and May marriage, they are not happy in that marriage. Let's say I'm just saying, I'm not saying that this is what happened. I'm just thinking out loud. The worst thing that could happen, that if this Mr. Shalaye of a man, which is YUL-EDOCHIE, let's say today he even want to narrate his own side of story to gain public sympathy and all those things, what are you going to tell us? Are you going to tell us that, okay, ever since you've been with May, you've never been happy? That is number one. Or you're going to tell us that, okay, May cheated on you? Or you're going to tell us that the late child is not your child? Because that can be the worst. Let's say that is the worst scenario, that the late child, the dead child, is not yours. Let's say you want to tell us that May cheated on you. and the child was fathered by another man. I'm just thinking out loud, like the worst. Like, what is the worst scenario? Excuse me, if that should be the case, the issue is between you and me, not the child. You raised the child, you lived with the child. That is number one. And number two, we're talking about a whole human being that lost his life. We're talking about a whole human being, a child, an innocent child that what lost his life. So that you not even being the father does not warrant this madness, this social madness you are showcasing. You should have you should be sensitive a little bit with your actions and have a little bit of empathy towards others. Not even up to, let us even keep aside all that has went wrong, all the madness you showed on social media trying to defend the Judy Austin and all that. Let's say you are in love. You were never in love. Tell us that they forced you to be with May in the first place. Agreed. I'm just thinking out loud, Like, these are the worst thing you can use to defend yourself. But this is not how to behave like a human, because your actions fade you as a human. Even animals will not behave the way you behave, the way you're acting at the moment. There is no way you will even lose your own dog, a dog that you've been with for at least 5 good years, that you mourn the dog in this manner. We all know that people don't mourn in the same way, but this your own is so evil. A mother is still mourning a child. Don't forget, this is a woman that also felt that she lost her husband. You are not dead, you are alive, but it's more like you are dead. Because a man that abandoned his marriage to be with another woman, see, to me, it's a loss, because that was not how you guys started your life. That was not how you planned it. You never promised her that you're going to leave her in the middle way. You actually did a proper marriage with this lady, a court wedding, a well-recognized wedding in Nigeria. And what you did is against the law. You are in another marriage, you are legally married to your wife, and you went ahead to get married to somebody else's wife, which is this Akube where you guys are seeing on my screen. And bigamy is 14 years imprisonment. And I also don't understand the reason why at the moment May is not taking any action, because look, all your YUL-EDOCHIE actions, it can provoke anyone to become a murderer. Trust me, I have to say this. The fact that you ended our marriage in between the way, in a shameful manner, to the general public, as a public national disgrace. That was how you ended our marriage. That was not enough. You lost your child. After losing your child, not even up to a month, you are busy parading your new girl, your new wife to my face. Let's be realistic. This action is enough to provoke anyone to commit murder. No, let us be realistic. This is too much. We're talking about a woman who is mourning her child. We're talking about a woman that you just disappointed. I'm trying to analyze this thing without even taking side. I'm trying to look at this whole thing from the both angles. Let us agree that the late child is not even your child, but you rest him. This child knows you as his father before he's dismissed. This child grew up knowing you as his father. If that is not enough, even you can't hear that your enemy, someone you don't talk to, someone you detest so much, someone you have issues with, you can't even hear that they lost their child, and you'll be acting in this manner. Let even agree that your marriage with me is over. At least you should have waited a little bit to allow this woman, which is May Aroche, to process a pain, to mourn a child peacefully, no matter what happened, irrelevance of her actions or whatever she might have done to you in the past that brought this national disgrace. You have no excuse. Seriously, you have no defense. Not even up to a month of losing. You see, this is the perfect family that we used to know, you know. Huh? This is a perfect family that we knew the YUL-EDOCHIE to be. This is it. This is it. This is it. Yes, we are not living with you guys. We are not staying under the same roof with you guys. Okay, let us agree that, oh, May is not giving you peace. Let us agree that the child, the first child by the left over here, is not your child. But don't forget, this child is a God. Look at this child, may so rest in perfect peace. Not even up to a month of losing a grown-up child like this. The late child is the one in black over here. The tall one over here. Not even up to a month when you started bringing out this child. After losing a grown-up child like this, you started showcasing. Wait a minute, guys, hold on. Yes, this is the child. This is the late child. How can someone lose a grown-up child like this and you can't feel the pain or to even have a little brain on how to handle things? That was when you turn yourself to, what's it called, prankster? With who? With the same lady that destroyed your marriage. I would say yes, she destroyed your marriage. Or the same lady that you used to destroy your marriage. I agree with you. You don't want to be with May anymore. You are free to go. Let us agree that this child is not even yours. There's no way you can't feel for somebody, a grown-up child like this. This is you with your loving family. Before you showcase your madness, before you started showcasing your madness, before you brought out your inner self, you show yourself to be a beast. A man without feelings, without blood. I don't understand what is wrong with you. A lot of people are saying you are under spell. Even if you are under spell, can't you differentiate between the good and the bad? Can't you differentiate between what is wrong and what is right? Let us agree that this child is not even in your family. Let us agree that this child is not even born from your wife. Let us agree that this child is from someone that you detest so much, someone that you hate, or someone you don't even know. Is this how you're going to mourn a child? Not even up to a month. Don't forget, at least think about the good times. Think about the times that May has been a good wife. Let's say things are not even rosy between both of you anymore. Think about the good days, the time that she was there for you, the time that she was that Mrs. YUL-EDOCHIE. Think about a youthful age that she sacrificed to be with you. The youthful age that both of you sacrificed for one another to be with you, to be together, to raise this beautiful children, this beautiful family. Along the way, something happened to this child that should have at least reset your brain a little bit. But even while mourning this child, let's say you even mourn this child for just 2 days. During that process, your chest, your third leg, your whatever it is, you can't keep it in one place. You're still looking for a way to spite me with her pain. Your actions show that you are happy. Excuse me to say this. You are happy that your child is no more. I bet you your action shows that you even wish these children are not existing anymore. Your action shows that you want to erase May completely. Like I said, irrespective of May action or our offense towards you, you can do any other thing you want to do. Even if you decided to even emulate her without giving her the votes or whatever, not at the point of losing a child. So, less than a month of losing this beautiful young man over here, the next thing you did was to bring out this, the newborn baby by Lucifer, Judy Austin. Then you uploaded this video where you were feeding, nursing who? The newborn baby by Judy Austin. Are you telling me that the two kids you even had with Judy Austin, can you compare them to the child that you've raised to that age? Are you comparing this child over here? Are you comparing it with a grown-up child that you've lived with? You now brought this child to the general public, showing that yes, you are happy when you are supposed to be mourning. We all know that when you lost someone, the person that is no more at that point, we feel the pain more than the happiness we are getting from the living. We only use the living to console ourselves, to move on. That is just few weeks after you lost your first son. Then you brought out this. You show yourself to be happy without being sensitive to your actions. You, are you really possessed? Or you are just evil, you are just the devil reincarnate? I am trying to understand what is going on here, because there's no way any sane or any God-fearing person would behave like this towards their enemy, not talk of towards a child that they raised, not talk of with a woman that lived with them for years. What will be your defense in all this thing? Your defense, I'm trying to get what your defense will be. Yes, my wife cheated on me. And so, if she cheated on you and you feel like you can't continue with this marriage, you can divorce her instead of this public humiliation. And if at all you even want to humiliate her publicly, does that mean you should also use a child, a grown-up child, to spite her? I think there should be some people in the Edochie family who can actually push you in order, because at this point, the way even me, I am really angry with you, to be honest with you. Like, you are not being sensitive or reasonable enough as a man, as a human. I can't even reason this thing with my worst enemy, not talk of somebody that you called your wife, that bears your name, that bears you 4 good kids, because of somebody that you don't know what will happen tomorrow. Only God can forgive you. And May, please, you've tried yourself, you've tried your best, your possible best. You've tried so much to let things slide for the reason best known to you. But this guy left to me alone. This guy needs to pay, because at this moment, at this point, it doesn't give a damn about you or anyone or the children. For him not to even have a little feelings, a little sympathy for the late child, you have to let this guy pay for bigamy. Trust me. Because if this guy tried this thing with me, God no, Lord have mercy. If this guy tried this bullshit with some people, they would rather be a widow. See, God forgive me for saying this thing. I would rather be a widow. Let me put it to myself. I would rather be a widow that will allow this evil man right here to subject me to ridicule or to mock me like this. I'm not saying this. I'm not asking you to do anything, but at least bigamy. He needs to pay for this. He needs to pay for this. This is too much. And the next thing, the fact that May decided to celebrate, she's not even celebrating. I think people are celebrating the one of the son's birthday, and that was when this bitter evil girl called Judy Austin decided to come out. I know both of you, guilty conscience, it's very powerful. Both of you are ready to drag more May into your madness, your social madness, because it's obvious that you guys are looking for validation from the general public. Maybe you are broke. Ever since you divorced your marriage, you brought this Jezebel into your life. I believe things are not going well. So you're looking for endorsement by fire, by force. You reduced yourself to be a prankster. So you will still come down below that. I think there should be some law in Nigeria where they can deal with this fucking, apart from May suing this guy for bigamy, there should be some, maybe street law. This guy, this is Conco head. Hey, it deserves to be knocked. And Papa, Peter YUL-EDOCHIE, what is really going on? This is becoming so much. This is getting out of hands. Is this a legacy you want to leave in your memory? Is this it? Call your son to order. Seriously. Excuse me to say this. And I wonder why people, Jesus Christ, this is so ridiculous. Trust me, this is so ridiculous. This is the so-called wife you came out one time, sometimes ago, you came out to tell us that, sure, she's a loving, good wife. She was there for you. She built your life with you. So what happened? And the shameless what's it called? The shameless may not even have some little sense, at least 1.5 cents, to even let me be in peace after this whole thing. I believe Judy Austin and this evil man right there, this Conco big head man here, I believe both of them, they are waiting for May to come back on social media so that they can drag the living hell out of her. I need to know what could be May offense that will make this man to be so inhumane to her like this. This is too much. And I said the worst offense could be that, okay, May cheated on you. Bam, number one. Or the late child is not your child. Second. But these two things are the worst thing that could ever happen. And these two things are not enough reason, are not enough for you to act towards this child like this. Let's say you don't even respect me. How about your children? How about the memories of this child? For you to keep the memory of this child, like for you to even feel like there's someone out of your life, someone is no more, someone is no more in your life, someone you lived with, someone you raised, to some idiot on this Facebook, on this social media, they keep saying, hey, is it the first person to marry the second wife? Excuse me, all this right there, idiots. All this right there, fools. All this right there, monsters. We are not talking about people like you that have no brain to reason. Your sense of reasoning is dead. Your conscience is no more. We're not talking about your kinds. Because no one is telling this man to be with me by fire, by force. If you're not educated, know the difference between a traditional marriage and what? Another marriage. Know the difference between courting, dating, and marriage. There is a law that binds both May and y'all together. And it is an offense to bring in or to get married to a second wife, and that is not enough for her to find out on social media, or for them to even ridicule, to disgrace the marriage on social media. Look, divorce is allowed. divorce her, then you are free to get married to whosoever you want to. But you are with one woman, the next thing you brought another man's wife as your second wife. You even went ahead to even get married to her. Oh, that's bullshit now. You guys should think now. I have some brain now. Ogini. Ogini. So, you now lost a child that you raised, you lived with. Is this how to go about it? Is this how to go about it? The mother is still mourning a child. At least, let's say May has not been a perfect or good wife to you. You are supposed to do this for yourself. Like, oh, someone is no more. It's not about the person. It's not about the person's mother. It is about you, who you are. Like, that feelings that somebody is no more. Someone is gone. Someone is gone and will never return. Someone has embarked on a journey that have no return. Someone has embarked on a no return journey. Someone you've lived with. Someone that calls you dada or daddy. Someone you've been with. Someone you've had good time with. Someone you watch growing up crying. Someone you watch taking his first step, his first words. Maybe he even called you first dada before he even called mama. We're all human. We're all human. This is so bad. May, trust me, left for me alone. You need, if I can do this thing on your behalf, I will. You have to sue this guy for bigamy. And after that, let the judge decide this emotional trauma they're putting you through. They have to pay for damages. And this evil witch, wretched witch called Judy Austin, this pathetic loser, she have nothing to lose. The way she's behaving, people like her, they are desperate. They have nothing to lose in life. So for that reason, they can go to extra man. They can do anything to just stay relevant in life. They are saddest. Any other person happiness is what, their sadness, turning happiness to sadness is what brings Judy Austin kind happiness. That is the only way they can feel happy. That is the only way they can feel relevant. So, if YUL is paying for bigamy, at the other hand, they have to pay for emotional distress, emotional trauma. Not just towards you, but also to the kids. Because the children are watching how their father is behaving like weary, like a mad person, like all over the social media. The kids are not happy. The kids are traumatized. The rest children, they are traumatized. You see, oh God, have mercy. Have mercy on my soul. Have mercy. Have mercy, Lord. The kids are traumatized. They have to pay for damages, yes. You can sue this big head man called YUL-EDOCHIE, the son of Papa Peter Edochie. You have to sue him for rendering the children to public bullies, for traumatizing the kids. The time they're supposed to see their daddy, the daddy is all over the social media rejoicing that his son, their brother, is no more. Yes. And at the other hand, this Akube with overload breast, double-sized breast that they are supposed to share for like 20 people. I have to be a bully at, sorry. I don't even know. Seriously. That lady called Judy Austin, she needs to pay. Both of them needs to go and romance in the prison. Both of them needs to go and continue their Mrs. Prankster in the prison. That is what they deserve. I pray to God Almighty to give you strength. See, I don't know your offense to this man. May, I don't know your offense. But no offense is strong or warrant someone losing a child and for someone to be mocked with the loss of a child. Seriously, no one deserves that. Nobody deserves that. This is so bad. May God be with you. So I will still come back to remind you again that bigamy, you have to sue him. Sue the living hell out of him. See his conco head. You deserve reset button. May God be with you all.